Hi everybody. I wanted to come on. Sorry for the noise. It is super warm in my office today, so I had to pull out the fan. But I wanted to come on real quick and do a book haul. This is going to be my book haul for June, and I have to put a stop on buying more books because seriously, wow, I have been buying a lot of books for somebody who's had a no-buy going on for a long time. I've been buying a lot of books lately, so I have to put a stop on it. So this is going to be my last book haul until probably August. Probably. Anyway, so I have 6 books. I'm trying to think because I didn't bring my Kindle in here. I don't think I bought anything new on my Kindle this month, but I have 6 books. The first is Grey Walker by Kat Richardson. I have actually already read this book. I borrowed this from the library months ago and it was like I said in one of my other videos, some days I just go to the library and I walk the stacks, and this stuck out to me and I pulled it out and read the mock-up on the back, and I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. So basically what the premise of this, and this is the first book in a series, the premise of this is the main character in the book, whose name is Harper Blaine, is a private investigator, and she dies for 2 minutes and is brought back to life. And as a result of having been dead and brought back to life, she's able to see things that normal humans cannot see. In the book they call it the Grey, which is why she's called a Grey, why the name of the series is Grey Walker. And she is able to see ghosts and other supernatural beings that are typically hidden from the human world. And I did not think, because I'm not into the damsel in distress novels. I like bitches who kick ass. And so I did not want this to be that kind of a novel, and I was hoping that it wouldn't be because she's a private investigator. But, you know, sometimes authors have a great way of starting out with this strong woman and then making her weak or meek as they come against new obstacles, and that is not what happens in this book. So I said, okay, well, I think I will read the series. And instead of borrowing the series from the library, I decided to go ahead and buy it. So I bought book 1. And then I went ahead and this is book 2, Poltergeist. I have not read this one yet. And book 3, Underground. So based on how I like books 2 and book 3 will determine whether or not I continue with the series. I think there are 6 or 7 books in the series so far. And this is my first, I'd never heard of Kat Richardson before. So if you have heard about her and you read some other things by her, please put it in the comment section below and let me know how you liked whatever it was that you read by her. This was the only thing they had in the library on my bookshelf, and I did not do a search when I went to order this on Amazon. I did not do a search for any other books that she had written. So if you've heard of her before, read anything by her, let me know. Thank you. Next, I went to Barnes & Noble for a book signing and met one of my favorite authors last night, and I picked up a couple of other books while I was there. Of course, you can't go to the bookstore and I can't go to the bookstore and just get one book, which is pretty much why I stopped going to bookstores. And while Barnes & Noble, I guess, has its appeal, I started buying books from Walden Books, and I am a Walden Books chick, and I loved my Walden Books store because I knew everybody who worked there. They knew me, and when I would go in and there were new books that were on the shelves, the manager would come out and we'd have a little conversation, and she'd point me to the new books and say, I read this is great. Barnes & Noble just doesn't have that feel. Borders didn't even have that feel. I only got that feel from Walden Books. I miss my Walden Books. But anyway, I walked the shelves at Barnes & Noble, and they had a couple of books that I hate to say it, but it's true, I have not read. The first is Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. I absolutely love Anne Rice, and I somehow, as I started reading vampire novels when I was younger, totally skipped over this. So they had the Vampire Chronicles in a set, but I already own Queen of the Damned, and I read The Vampire Lestat, so I didn't want to buy that. I'm not a fan of having two books on my shelf, two of the same books on my shelf, so I just picked up the alone version of Interview with the Vampire, and I picked up Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom of the Opera is my favorite musical of all time, just about. Yeah. Favorite musical of all time. And so when I saw it, I was kind of taken aback, and because I never knew that it was a novel. So I am so excited to read this. I have seen the musical about 5 or 6 times. Absolutely love it. I'm not going to start singing it, but yeah. The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. I assume that's how you say his last name. I don't speak French. So yeah, that. And then finally, I got A House Divided by Kimberly Lawson Roby, and she was there last night, and she signed my book. And I was so excited to finally get to meet her. Excuse me. She was here. She was supposed to be here last month, I think, and because of weather in Houston, she wasn't able to make it. Or whether out of Texas. It may not have been Houston. But she wasn't able to make it, and she came a year or so ago, and I missed her that time. So I was so happy that she was here, and I got to see her. At first, I almost didn't go because some things had come up, and so I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it, but I'm so glad that I did. I actually have a snippet of a video that I'm going to post from her speaking session where, and I'm only posting the parts where she talks about how she got to doing the series about Reverend Curtis Black. But to hear her speak and to tell her story is an absolutely amazing story. She has the most supportive family and a very wonderful and supporting husband, and I love seeing couples who work together and who love each other and who love on each other. So I absolutely have the utmost respect for her husband and for her mother, who was a great help in her decision in her making the move to becoming an author full time. I am so behind on the Curtis Black series. I think I have up to book 4 or 5, and this is book 11, I think. So I am way behind. So I have a few books to read before I actually read this book. My goal is to get those read so I can read this while I am on vacation. We will see how that goes because it's quite a few books to catch up on in about a month. But that is the end of my book haul. Reading Winnie Holler's Let 'Em Go. I'm going to do a quick review of that later, and I am presently reading The Desert Spear by Peter Brett. And after that, I think I'm going to do another TBR jar pick. So hopefully I can finish that this weekend. Fingers crossed. This is a very busy weekend. That's why I'm rushing to get this video out, because I'm actually getting ready to go out of town. Thank you to those of you who have subscribed anew and who are watching my videos. I want to thank you for joining my channel, and I hope you enjoy what you are seeing. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.